ThiThi Anais, ThiThi. Dawkins is one chick who cannot even spell loyalty, let alone spread it to anyone. She grew up a child of little means. This is what she uses as an excuse for shoplifting. She chain smokes marijuana. And her only goal is to be seen on the arm of a baller or drug dealer. And the latter is what puts her in the position to get out of a minor charge. When she is arrested alongside boyfriend/corner boy Tonio, she has minor prior charges, whereas Tonio faces 35 years as a repeat offender. ThiThi agrees to set up local corner boys, an offer Greer County Agent Regis Sterling made that ThiThi can't refuse, even going as far as to testify against not only other local drug dealers, but Tonio as well. Before anyone could say amen, ThiThi becomes too bold and seems to think she is protected by Regis and his partner, Bruce. She burns bridges and stepped on too many toes around her circle. When she begins to brag on working as an informant, as well as the fact she is sleeping with and planning to persuade Regis to leave his wife, Shanice, and marry her, what she doesn't know is there are many who want her dead, and Regis no longer had any wants or needs for her. But she foolishly thinks the fact she is pregnant will change things, and she is right, because not only do things change, Regis decided to change his address to another state, leaving ThiThi vulnerable to those who out her as a snitch, and supposedly pregnant with the married detective's child. But one day ThiThi goes missing, and the only people who care are her younger sister ThiThi and their brother Wise. Their parents wanted smart children. Together they disregard their detached parents and file a missing persons report to see what has become of their sister. Even though their parents wrote ThiThi off when she got pregnant at 14, forged their signature, and hired the town's biggest drunks Wanda and Fox pose as her parents to marry 26-year-old DeAndre Dawkins, a marriage that lasted long enough for ThiThi to give birth to and abandon her twins with their dad, while ThiThi falls back into dating street pharmacists, each richer than the prior. But her loyalty always lay with whomever had the most money, and supplied her with all the free marijuana she wanted. But as the clock creates a thin time frame, and Detective John Nesbitt, time is not in their favor, she begins to adapt such a cavalier attitude, since this is the first time she has been working with the law on the right side. But it soon catches up with the around-the-way girl labeled Snitch. She has told any and everyone that John and the police were going to protect her by providing witness protection program. Stands to reason if she did get into the program, she would be hidden, and that was the initial thought. Until they remember ThiThi was setting up local drug dealers for her married law enforcement lover. Many wonder, was it retaliation from drug dealers, or as her sister thinks, something sinister from Detective Nesbitt, whose baby her informant sister was carrying at the time she went missing a year earlier. Local law enforcement officer. This reckless behavior draws the ire of not only Tonio's associates but also other players in the drug game who feel betrayed. As her confidence grows, so does the danger surrounding her. ThiThi envisions herself rising to the top, imagining a life of luxury and freedom, distinctly apart from her impoverished beginnings. She navigates her new double life, but the pressure and fear begin to creep in as she constantly looks over her shoulder, knowing that she's made some powerful enemies. Regrettably, ThiThi's bravado puts her in precarious situations. Each misstep causes rifts with those who once saw value in her potential to bring down the competition. Her relationships crumble as her former friends dissolve into shadows, and her supposed protections begin to feel more like shackles. When a hit is placed on her life by one of the corner boys she set up, ThiThi is forced to confront the consequences of her choices. The glamour she sought turns into paranoia and anxiety, and she begins to question how far she's willing to go to salvage her life. Caught between her loyalty to Tonio and the dangerous allure of power and safety offered by the law enforcement, ThiThi must make a choice: continue down the path of betrayal or acknowledge the nearly insurmountable odds stacked against her. In the high-stakes game of loyalty and survival, she discovers what true loyalty means, and that it may come at a cost she previously thought she could avoid. As she faces the reality of her situation, ThiThi has to decide what kind of life she truly wants, all while dodging bullets, both figurative and literal, thanks to her reckless ambition and desperate desire for acceptance. The question remains, will she rise to the occasion or fall victim to the very circumstances she tried to escape?